Well, we're doing now question 1.1 that says solve for x. And then in the previous videos, we did question 1.1.1 and we also did question 1.1.2. Now we're going to do question 1.1.3. Well, the question says, write the question here 1.1.3. We have like 1 minus x and then x plus 2 is lesser than 0. Okay, so this is a case of an inequality. Okay, for inequality, unlike equations, inequalities, solutions are not like fixed answers. Solutions are over a certain interval. Okay, so first we're going to identify the critical values. Okay, those critical values will determine the boundaries of the interval over which the solution of x is. So first, we're going to find the critical values. I'm going to write here critical values. Critical values. Critical values. Okay. So we're going to write like 1 minus x, 1 plus 2 lesser than 0, and then assuming that this was equal to 0, okay, to find the critical values, we will do like according to the property in mathematics that says if a times b equals 0, this implies that either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. Now we're going to do 1 minus x equal to 0 or x plus 2 equal to 0. Then if you move the x over, we have like 1 equal to x, or over, if we mix the two, we move the 2 over, that makes x is equal to -2. So this means x is 1 or x is -2. Those values are not the solution of the inequality, but they're just the boundaries of the intervals over which the value of x is. Now we're going to draw the number line. Now I want to draw the number line. Okay, then in the number line, I'm going to place in the critical values, okay, in ascending order. So it must be, let's say, I cannot put one over here and then -2 there. There must be in ascending order. So first I place in -2 and then 1. Now we have like 3 intervals, okay? From, you notice, from -∞ to -2, from -2 to 1, and then from 1 to +∞. Now we need to find what the solution of x, the solution of this function is lesser than 0, okay, meaning a negative. Now I want to pick up any number over this interval, okay, from -∞ to -2, any number. A number like -3, for instance. I want to take a number like -3, for instance. If I take -3, I sub -3 there for x, -3 for x, I will get like negative here, and positive here. 1 minus makes +4, and -3 plus 2 makes -1. So 4 times -1 makes -4, which is negative. So it tells me that over this interval, the solution will be negative. And this will be true for any value that will be selected here. Okay? Regardless of the value you select, when you substitute in this, in the equation, over here, you will always get a negative answer. Now we move on. Let's look at the next interval from -2 to 1. Okay, I'm going to take a number. I prefer to take the number 0, for instance. Let's say I take number 0. So if I substitute 0 here for x, 0 for x, then I will have like 1 times 2, which is positive. Okay, this will tell me over this interval. Excuse me. This will tell me that over the interval -2 and to 1, the solution will always be positive, regardless of the number we select. As long as we are in this interval, the solution will always be positive. Now I'll move on to the next interval from 1 to positive infinite. I'm going to pick up a random number also. I'm going to take a number like 2. Okay, so if I substitute 2, I substitute the value of 2 for x over there. Okay, and then let's see if I sub 2 over here for x, we will have like -1 times 4, which will make a negative answer. Okay, -4. So that means over this interval from 1 to positive infinite, the solution will always be negative. Then we want the solution that is negative according to the question here. We want a negative solution that's negative. A negative solution. So our solution will lie then from negative infinite to -2 and from 1 to positive infinite. So the solution is not defined between -2 and 1. So we can write then x is lesser than -2, okay, or x is greater than 1. Or we can also write it as x is elements of from negative infinite to -2 union from 1 to positive infinite. So there's different ways of writing the solution. Okay, we can also write, someone else can write like this. Let me just give you another, maybe a new way of writing. Someone else can write like x is a real number minus the interval -2, 1. This is also correct. Okay, so we take away. Okay, this time then we must include. It must be inclusive. Okay, from -2 to +1, inclusive. Square brackets here. Thank you.